Okay, so the question is, how do we balance business and family? Like, if somebody wants to be an entrepreneur, but they're already struggling balancing family time and work, how do we work together to balance everything?
Well, it's first starting the day so early in the morning. Starting the day.
Just talk like you're talking to me.
Okay. Starting the day 3 or 4 hours earlier than the rest of the world, and by doing that,
That's changed everything.
it's changed everything. That's just something we've started practicing the beginning of this year. And so when you do that 7 days a week times 3, you have you have 21 hours. You'll have almost 3 full week work days added to what you're already doing. But with that though, you still have to, just because you have more time doesn't mean you're going to be more productive. So you have to start every single day with an intention.
Right.
And know what your objectives are.
And making lists at the end of the night is a huge deal. That way you wake up the next day you already know what's happening, and if something comes to your head, you don't have to jump into it and take care of it. Just write it down on the piece of paper, put it in your phone, that way you don't forget.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to go in with objective, because if you jump on everything that pops up in your day, you're going to spend your entire day basically trying to manage other people's issues. And basically you should start your day, you should start objectives and tasks and take care of things before you ever look at your email, social media, text, because once you do that, you are no longer taking control of your day. You are, at that point, it's a management system to deal with somebody else's agenda, not yours.
And that's why it's so important. Even if you go to work later and you have the ability to sleep in until 10 o'clock, the problem is the rest of the world is already up, and so they're already sending you things that they need done. Your phone is already buzzed 100 times before you get a chance to get to it. Waking up at 5 a.m., nothing has happened yet. Nothing's been sent to you. So you truly have that time uninterrupted to where you start your day, you run your day. You don't let the day and everybody else's issues or problems or tasks run you. And then what about family? How do we handle... This is still a struggle, especially for him, obviously. We both run businesses, but we have a nanny that comes 3 days a week, and I know that Lorena gets off at 5:30, so when she gets off, I have to be there to relieve her and spend time with Tori. And for Steven, he knows that I will always be there. I'm always patient, and it's not like he tries to put me as a last priority, but when he knows that I'm always understanding, he tends to say, okay, well, let me just squeeze in this one last thing. I asked him the question, but now I'm talking a lot, but I have a lot to say about that. This is very personal to me. But if, I tell him that no matter how much you do, if we are blessed enough to be this busy, no matter how much you do, you're never going to end the night feeling like, oh, I'm done with everything. That doesn't happen when you own your own business. You never finish everything. There's always things left undone. There's always things left to do. So make a list and know that tomorrow you're going to pick up where you left off. And I tried to tell Steven, if you had a meeting with somebody for a potential huge job or a huge deal, you would never miss that appointment. Why would dinner with Tori and I, or, whatever, why would that be any different? Why should that be any different? That is just as important, if not way more important, than a business deal. And so he's consciously trying to make changes.
Yeah, I'm learning too, because when you're just an entrepreneur, it's business, it's your entire life, it's your passion, is you're always on. There's never an off period. So I'm now starting to understand that I'm not at a job from 9 to 5. Even if I'm doing something else, my mind is constantly running. I'm constantly doing something. I never stop. And I'm great with that, but in that I also understand that because I'm always on, if I decide that it's...
And you're passionate about what you're doing. It's not like he's doing this because he feels like so stressed out that he has to, although sometimes he does, but he's passionate about it. He wants to do these things.
But then I'm realizing though, you know, my time is really all the same. And yes, sometimes there's meetings and things during other people's normal working days that have to respect and accommodate, but you know, I'm just understanding that the time is really kind of all the same. So if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and decide that we're all going to go to the park, and then I'm going to work later that night, even if I have to. And in reality, a lot of times I don't have to. But again, being so passionate about it, it's hard to stop because you love what you're doing. But I mean, I love my family more. It's the only reason I'm doing any of this. But I don't always show that in the ways that I need to, and I get so caught up in the excitement of what I'm doing. But it's just about making a conscious effort and every day looking to improve. You know, you're not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes over and over and over again. But if you can wake up the next day and not make that same mistake, that's what it's about.
You're moving forward.
Moving forward. So that's it. I mean, again, though, but if I have, again, we talk about getting up in the morning and then setting objectives before the rest of the world wakes up and starting to do those things. If you plan out your day and you plan at this time, you know, I'm going to go have lunch with my girls, like that's what I'm going to do, then I'll do it. I just need to learn to incorporate those type of things much more often than I do
Right,
now.
like the discipline that you use on getting business done, you need to incorporate that with family.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I think that was a great answer. I feel like this, if I don't look too shiny or anything, this may make it to air. And I feel like, you know, somebody asked me advice on how we balance everything, and my first response was, okay, let me write out a long email. Then I'm like, no, let me see if there's anything already on YouTube about how to balance things. And I'm like, well, hell, why don't we just make our own video? So we had an amazing day, just left an amazing meeting with amazing people, and now we're going to pick up Tori and hang out, right?
Yep.
Took care of a lot of business. It's 4 o'clock on a Saturday, not conventional, but who cares? We're passionate, and now
Church in the morning too.
Yeah, church in the morning, time for family. We had an amazing time with friends last night, just the two of us, so we're balancing. But that's all. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.